And the game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep. It's that moment right there where every gamer across the globe who's only played 2 or less of the 6 games nominated for Game of the Year lost their mind. It was this exact moment right here that inspired a wall-crawling community to use their kids' web shooter they purchased out of Walmart to stick together clips on Twitter comparing Baldur's Gate 3's gameplay to Spider-Man 2. And sadly, this butthurt rage would consume souls for an entire week. Meanwhile, I was sitting there like, damn, I really need to try Baldur's Gate 3 before I create my top 10 games of 2023 video, because unlike most of those crybabies, I actually played every game nominated for Game of the Year this year besides Baldur's Gate 3. And it wasn't for a lack of interest. 2023 was stacked, meaning so was my backlog. My podcast co-host Ethos over at youtube.com/GI Updates told me it took him 50 hours to finish Act 1 because there was so much content, and there's 3 total acts. I was like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. And now with Alan Wake 2 complete, my schedule has opened up, and now I'm here to report back to you my thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3. Before I do, friendly reminder, the following video is not a full review. This video contains some general first impressions of the game and how I feel at the moment. My opinion is subject to change upon completing the game, so feel free to take everything I say with a grain of salt. And with that being said, here's everything you need to know before you install Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is the latest game from Larian Studios, and it's available now for PC, PS5, and Xbox. BG3 is a turn-based RPG set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe. The story kicks off with your character and the world being under attack by a hostile group that eventually infects you with the disease. You fight off the invasion, and that leads you and your party crash landing on a beach and beginning your journey in search of a healer. Along the way, you're going to constantly run into a colorful cast of characters that can make or break your experience. The first thing I love about this game is that BG3 never tells you no. This is your adventure, and each and every decision that you make has implications on how the story plays out. The game features dialogue trees with certain options giving more favorable outcomes based on your character's stats. This game's narrative feels like Mass Effect on crack with the level of control it gives the player. Seriously, in the game, you can drink a potion that allows you to understand animals. I mean, peep this interaction I had with this dog protecting his fallen master. Drink that shit, Nickzilla. All right, let's talk to him.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly.
Why is he like British? I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna expect. I did not expect that accent though. That shit threw me off, bro. Like, what? Did you hear the pure joy coming from my laughter? This game allows absolute chaos, and any game that allows me to act a fool, I like. And the crazy part is, I haven't even touched on the character creator yet. It's about as deep as they come. At launch, there are 12 classes and 46 subclasses to choose from. This game allows you to pick from several different races, and you can customize how you look any way you see fit, even down to your genitalia. So naturally, I had to give my Dragonborn a BBC.
You're done. You're done.
Seeing as this is a Dungeons & Dragons game, understand dice rolls play a pivotal role in the game's dialogue options, as well as a few other things. I was worried about this messing with the flow of the game, but admittedly, I believe it stemmed from my ignorance. I've never played Dungeons & Dragons, so I didn't know what to expect. I'm here to let you know that I think the dice rolls are cool. It's mostly based on your character's stats, so you kind of know what rolls you're gonna win, but then sometimes the game throws you for a loop and it creates some hilariously frustrating moments. I gotta roll a 9, that's not too bad. I'm gonna roll it again. Dice rolls add some flair to the game, a level of unpredictability that keeps the player on their toes, and I welcome it. Even if you make a decision you don't like, it's not a big deal because you can quick save with a hotkey whenever you like and reload the game to try again. Just know the community will call you a save scummer, but we don't care what they think. This is our playthrough, baby. I gotta roll a 15. This is a tough ass dog. God damn, let me add a bonus. I'm not gonna get beat by no damn bitch. So instead, let's pivot and talk about the combat. Yes, BG3 is a turn-based game, and for some people that turned them away. I'm not here to convince you to like turn-based games, but maybe I can give you a different perspective because I do feel like turn-based has gotten a bad stigma attached to it. Instead of turn-based, think of BG3's combat as chess. That's literally all it is, chess with pretty graphics, chess with warriors and wizards, and if you enjoy chess, you're gonna like this game. I'd say BG3 is cut from the same cloth as titles like XCOM, Marvel's Midnight Suns, Sons or Mario Rabbids Battle Kingdom when it comes to the gameplay. BG3 is a thinking man's game like chess. When you enter battle, you have to figure out the best way to move your character across the board, what abilities complement one another, and when to take risks. And because it's turn-based, there's no rush. It's actually a great game to stream over at twitch.tv/theblack-Hokage. It allows me to take my time, think out loud, and even interact with my community without feeling the pressure of making a move. My one gripe with the gameplay though is the movement. Exploration plays a big role in the game. You're constantly rewarded with loot and new story bits for exploring every nook and cranny of the map, but sometimes the camera can be a pain in the ass to control. It's because it's a freeform camera that gives the player full control, and sometimes wrangling it back in can be a little too much. There are some mods that address this, like the one that allows you to control your party with the AWSD keys on Nexus mods, but obviously the player has to be up for installing that type of stuff. I also think this is more of a PC thing. People who play on consoles or controller on PC claim their game works surprisingly well with the controller, so I might need to give it a shot later in time to see how I like it. Now, my last gripe with BG3 has less to do with the game and just some food for thought I thought I'd leave for the community. Last week I started playing this game, and like all other playthroughs I start, I uploaded my first couple hours of the game onto my second channel, Hokage Highlights. The title of that video is Baldur's Gate 3 First Impressions. Now, admittedly, in the first 20 minutes or so, I was lost. I mean, the UI is large, but it also didn't help that the Twitch chat was giving me confusing and conflicting advice. Needless to say, I never said I didn't like this game. It was quite the contrary. I was enjoying myself, and I vocalized that constantly throughout the video. It's just a lot to take in for someone who's never played Dungeons and Dragons. If you fast forward to the end of that video, you'll hear me state I love the game so far, and I left it at that. But if you scroll down into the comments, a good fourth of those comments are fairly nasty. I witnessed a lot of rude and racist comments, one person even going as far as to say something along the lines of black people need to stick to sports games in Spider-Man 2. First off, Spider-Man 2 is a good game. Not great, but it is good. That community was only getting clowned from me because of their lack of awareness of other great games, but I wouldn't go as far as to make it anything deeper. So to that portion of the BG3 community that's just nasty, because I know this doesn't apply to everyone, understand you can't be upset some gamers had no clue why Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, then turn around and also get upset because they didn't know all the ins and outs of a system the first 30 seconds of playing the game. Just be happy new people are trying the game. I mean, you want more people to enjoy the game or not? Pick a struggle. And this is the part of the video where I shall step off my soapbox and say, I am really enjoying my time with Baldur's Gate 3. I'm only 20 hours in, so I'm not comfortable saying where I'd rank this in my top 10 of 2023 yet. I want to spend some more time with the game, but what I will say is that I do understand why it was nominated and why it won Game of the Year at the award show. So do what you want with that info. And while you figure out what to do with that info, why not check out some more of my content? To the left, you'll find a card that'll take you to a video explaining why I uninstalled Alan Wake 2. It's pure comedy. And to the right, you'll find a video I think a lot of people slept on, but it was fire in my opinion. It's pure jokes. It's me talking about how to make the recently announced Blade game great. That's another video that's pure comedy. If you want to laugh, also be informed, just click one of the cards on the screen to hook a brother up with some more of that watch time. Also, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. What does that mean, Volvo? The Volvo's the coochie? Oh.